The last video in my FGC Bible series was a focus on the core fundamentals of fighting games that should have hopefully shown you what exactly you might want to learn moving forward in fighting games or knowing exactly what you want to improve on. In this video, what I want to go over is the fighting game jargon as quickly as possible and giving you some examples as to how they're applied. Now, let's not waste time and get right into it. 50-50. An offensive move that can result in two different moves that can be defended at the same time, forcing your opponent to guess. Air-to-air, a mid-air move used to counter an opponent's jump. Anti-air, a move with high priority that's used to counter an opponent's jumping attack. Cancel, the act of cancelling the animation of one attack into the animation of another attack. Charge, a style of command in which holding a particular direction input for a set amount of time is required before the move can be triggered. Chip damage, damage dealt to an opponent on block. Cross-up, an attack often from the air which forces an opponent to guess which direction that they must block. Dragon Punch. This is a move that usually has invincibility on startup, and the input is usually forward down quarter circle forward. EX. A powered up move of an otherwise normal special attack. Frame data. The actual number of frames that each move takes up. Link. A combo achieved by linking together two attacking moves before the opponent is able to recover from being hit by the first one. Meter. The various different resources in most fighting games that fill up over the course of a round. Mix-up. A situation in which you are going to have to guess if your opponent is going to hit you with a high, low, overhead, or a throw. Negative edge. Commands reliant on the release of inputs rather than pressing them. Poke. A quick offensive move that aims to hit the opponent at the maximum range the attack allows. Reversal. An attack launched on the first frame in which a character has recovered from a state in which they were unable to act. Rushdown. A highly aggressive style of play based on relentlessly pressing the offensive. Safe. This means that a move in question when blocked cannot be punished. Unsafe. This means that a move in question when blocked can be punished. Punish. A counterattack launched during the recovery of your opponent's unsafe move. Shoto. A specific type of character molded off the Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter archetypes. Trade. When two opposing characters simultaneously land attacks on each other. Vortex. A situation in which a grounded opponent is ambiguously attacked and forced to guess how best to react to the situation. Wake Up. An attack executed by a character during the frames that they are standing up. Yomi. Knowing exactly what your opponent is going to do and reacting appropriately. Zoning. A style of play that relies on keeping the opponent far away from you as possible by using mid or long range attacks, specifically projectiles. Baiting. Luring an opponent into attacking with fast recovering normals. Blockstring. Consecutive attacks cancelled into one another upon your opponents defending your attacks. Block stun. The time it takes to recover from the animation of a blocked attack. Bread and butter or B&B. The simplest optimal combo of a character. Buffering. Input a move to be performed during the recovery of your attack. Button mashing. Rapidly pressing one or more buttons repeatedly. Chicken blocking. Jumping to block an attack in the air instead of on the ground. Combo. A string of attacks that cannot be blocked if the first hit connects. Command move. A special move requiring a movement and a button press, example forward punch or forward kick. Command grab. Throws that, unlike normal throws, cannot be teched. You will have to jump out of them. Conditioning. Exposing your opponent to the same repeated action to get them to respond to that action. Conversion or converting. Reacting to a hit with a different normal in order to make that simple hit a combo starter. Counter hit. Attacking an opponent in the process of their attack. Damage scaling. This is when attacks inflict less damage than normal due to the number of hits in a combo or a combo that starts off with things like grabs. Download. Familiarizing yourself with your opponent's reactions in many situations. Footsies. This refers to when opponents in the grounded mid-range attack each other with pokes in an attempt to deal minimum damage, get a big hit, or land a counter. Frames. 1/60th of a second in fighting games, used to measure how quick or slow an attack is. Frame advantage. a move that when blocked allows the attacker to recover before the opponent. Frame Trap, an attack that appears to be punishable, but is actually advantageous on block in an attempt to bait out and punish your opponent. Fuzzy Guard, a method of switching between standing and crouching block at key moments during an opponent's block string in order to defend against their high-low mix-ups. Guard Break, a move that leaves the opponent open to an attack on being blocked. Quarter circle back or Tatsu motion, moving the joystick from the down position to the back position. This is called a Tatsu or reverse fireball motion, quarter circle forward or fireball motion. Moving the joystick from the down position to the forward position. This is called a fireball motion. Happy birthday. Catching an opponent's assist in the middle of a combo. Hitbox, the coding behind aesthetic sprites and models that accurately determine the distance of an attack. Hit Confirm, reacting to an attack that lands before continuing with a combo. Hit Stun, the time it takes for an opponent to recover after being hit. Hurtbox, the opposite of a hitbox describing the area on a character that is hit by an opponent's hitbox. Instant Air, moving immediately after jumping. Instant Air Dash, air dashing immediately after jumping. Invincibility, also known as iframes, a state in which you can't be hit by anything. Jailing, a situation where a string's hit or block stun is equal to the frames of the subsequent attacks. This means that the opponent cannot react with anything but to continue blocking. Juggle, a combo where you're hit multiple times in mid-air. Matchup, the relative advantage to disadvantages and the knowledge along with it when two specific characters face off. Meaty, a move with a lot of active frames that can catch an opponent standing up. Mirror Match, fighting the same character you're playing, off the ground or OTG. An attack that hits an opponent on the ground that can keep a combo going. Oki or Okizeme, the pressure exerted on an opponent when they have just been knocked down and are waking up. Panic Move, a usually evasive move done when being pressured by an opponent like a DP. Ukemi, this is also called Quick Recovery. It is when your character gets back on their feet immediately after getting knocked down. Read or Reading, predicting the next move of your opponent. Recovery, the time taken for your character to return to a neutral state after performing an action. Rekka, a move that is repeated to a maximum number of attacks, which is usually 3 by the way, by repeating the motion or button press. Reset, ending a combo that leaves an opponent in a neutral state rather than just knocking them down. Sabaki or usually Sabaki Parry, a move that automatically parries an opponent's attack during its animation. Shotokan or Shotoclone, the template of a character that heavily resembles that of Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter. Spam, repeatedly throwing the same move over and over and over again. Staggering, delaying hits in your string in order to start them again. String, a sequence of attacks that aren't necessarily combos, but it's faster when done in sequence than when done out of sequence. Teching, this is more specifically referred to as throw teching, which counters and prevents an opponent's throw attempt. Tiger Knee, a move that is supposed to be done in the air only, but executed extremely close to the ground. It used to be a glitch, but is now an intentionally implemented thing in most fighting games. Touch of Death or a TOD, a scenario where one move that is landed leads to a combo that will kill your character from full health. Turtling, an extremely patient and defensive way of playing. Whiff, simply missing an attack. So anyways guys, that was FGC Jargon as fast as possible. I hope you're able to learn something new, so yeah, see you in the next one.
Coming? Did I scare you? What are you doing? You're not surviving this.